Long ride, so you better buckle. Man, I'm real tired of being subtle. When I come up, y'all in trouble. Woo.
YouTube, it's your boy, Anthony X, man, and I'm back with the 5th episode of Demon Slayer Mugen Train, the review for it, man. I just got done finished watching it. I just finished watching it. I just finished watching it like 2 minutes ago. I have a lot to say. First of all, let's clap up this episode. Let's clap it up. This was a really good episode, and we finally saw the Demon Slayers work together to beat the lower one demon. We finally saw it, man. This episode showed us a lot about the teamwork. It really showed how good this group worked together with Rengoku at the top and just the younger Demon Slayers, Tanjiro and Inosuke and Zenitsu, really just getting it together. And Nezuko did her thing in this episode too. Let's talk about how this episode starts. It starts with, Boarhead Inosuke. He gets his direction. Like he pops up. He says, I knew it. I knew this demon was taking over, and he's doing this thing, destroying the demon as it goes. We go to Nezuko. She's doing her thing. She's destroying the demon as it like appears, trying to get the passengers on the train. She ends up getting captured by the demon, and Zenitsu, he saves his woman, man. He saves his woman. Just lightning bolts into the frame, destroying everything because he's still in his sleep mode, and he's in his what would you call this mode? Because I guess he wasn't asleep, but he's in this mode when he really just becomes the coldest swordsman in the world and just takes care of everything. Because when Zenitsu was in this mode, and if he could find a way to tap into this mode permanently, he would be the strongest out of the younger Demon Slayers. Out of Tanjiro, and I know Tanjiro has a higher ceiling, but I'm just talking about where they are now. Zenitsu, if he could just stay in that mode, he would be the coldest one out of Tanjiro and Inosuke. So yeah, he gets into that. He destroys, the demons, and he saves his woman Nezuko. And then we get to see Rengoku, because Tanjiro, we get back to him. He's worried that he doesn't know what's happening with the other Slayers. He doesn't know if they're still asleep. He doesn't know if they're helping. And then all of a sudden, it's just this big rumble. And Tanjiro has no idea, but we do as an audience. We see Rengoku's just going full blast, using his power. He permanently hurts the demon. He goes to where Tanjiro is, and he tells Tanjiro, we don't have enough time. I hurt him bad enough where he can't regenerate super fast, but this is the game plan. And we see Rengoku being the great leader that he is. We see him really taking care of business and giving the younger Slayers direction and showing, like in the first episode, or not the first episode, the second episode, when they look at to him as the big brother, we're seeing him really take over as the big brother. And we see that even Tanjiro mentions how quickly he can just assess the situation and make a game plan, man. Rengoku, clap it up for him. And we get the funny moments with Inosuke. We see how even he has to acknowledge that Rengoku really is a good, strong leader. He says it, Rengoku is awesome. And the thing about Inosuke that I want to say, and this video isn't going to be super long. We see what we need to see. I don't have everything was pretty much. It was pretty much like face value. We saw what we need to see. There's not much assessing that I can do on this episode. But one thing I do want to say is we really get to see Inosuke shine in this episode. Because I feel like Inosuke, he gets overshadowed sometimes because he's used as comedic relief. But Inosuke is cold in his own right, man. And he really showed it in this episode. We see how smart Inosuke can be. He found right away, he found where the demon's head was, and he's assessing the situation. He tells Tanjiro what they need to do, and he's there. He's just already doing it because he's brave, he's courageous, and the demon could not put Inosuke to sleep because his boarhead, he couldn't see his eyes. He didn't know where his eyes was at. And Tanjiro and Inosuke, he uses this to his advantage. He's destroying the eyes. He uses Tanjiro, like he's keeping Tanjiro afloat. He's keeping Tanjiro courageous in this situation. And then we get to the craziest scene of this episode where Tanjiro, he's getting put to sleep again. He's waking up. He wakes up by cutting his neck in his dream state so he can get back to reality. Well, Tanjiro falls asleep so much, he forgets what is reality. So where does that lead us? You know what I'm about to say. Tanjiro puts the blade to his neck. The only problem is he's not dreaming anymore. This is the reality. And the demon uses this to his advantage. It's a very crazy, it's very tactical. uses to his advantage. He's about to slice because he wants to wake up again, except he's already up, and Inosuke saves him. We see his worth in this episode. Beast breathing. Inosuke exposes the demon's neck. Tanjiro asks his father to save him. He uses his fire breathing, and this is why Tanjiro is so cold, because he has water technique and fire technique. He uses his fire breathing, slices, the demon is done. He got the head off the demon's neck. I really love this episode. I have to clap it up. There's not much to say because, like I said, it's very much what you saw is what you got in this episode. But I know what's happening next, and I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who didn't watch the movie, but what's happening next is it's only going to get better, man. I love it. We're at the end of this arc. I can tell we're at the end of this arc. We're getting closer to the entertainment district arc. I'm excited, man. I can't wait to see how they wrap this up. I know we're going to meet someone else in this episode, and I know how it's going to conclude with this arc. But man, very solid episode. Gotta clap it up. They beat the demon of the lower first. And let's see what happens next, man. If y'all like this video, man, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the post notifications button so you always know when I'm posting. I'll talk to you all later. See you later, man. X out.